All right, so that's a good loan product that helps people get into a primary residence. But on my video, I also discussed investment properties such as long-term rentals. So do you have any products specific that would help somebody who's looking to get into the investment world in real estate and specifically like long-term rentals?
Yes, absolutely we do. They're called investor cash flow loans. These are very popular loans and they're a great fit. We're doing more and more of them. And they're a little non-traditional. They're not going to be your traditional conventional or VA or FHA, but they're going to be a fit for your investors or people who already own a primary residence and want to diversify their portfolio a little bit, maybe grab an investment property or two, or maybe people who have a big portfolio of investors. It's going to be able to work with both.
Okay.
So yes, that's a product we offer. It's for investment purposes only, so it has to be as an investment property, so no second homes or primary residences or anything like that. Minimum 20% down.
Okay.
So most investors are used to that, having put a larger down payment. So 20% down on a single family residence minimum. If they're going into a multifamily, like a duplex, triplex, fourplex, that's a minimum 25% down.
Okay.
So that's the main.
And that's pretty standard.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
Yep.
It's the main. When I have that conversation with people, that's the first thing I talk about is the down payment. The second thing is they need to be current homeowners.
Okay.
So they have to own
Got to own your own home.
They have to own a primary residence.
And I can help you with that.
And so if they're living
both.
Yeah. Exactly, and if they're living in other states and they want to buy in here, then you can help them with that purchase.
Okay.
Because they will own a primary residence even if it's in another state. So, so those are the two main qualifications. But there's a couple of great features about this product. First, as a lender, we don't actually need to verify income and employment.
Oh wow!
So I'll say that again. I don't get to say that often, but we don't have to verify employment or income. Okay. So we don't get into we don't get into a conversation like, oh well, are they going to budget? Are their debt to income too high? Oh, they have to pay something off to qualify. We don't have to get into that because we're not going to look at it, and we don't have to worry about people's income. Meaning,
why is that? What are you basing it on?
Well, we'll get to that. But someone's self-employed and they're taking advantages of the rules afforded to them as business owners who tend to be very, very savvy. We can utilize. We don't have to look at income, and so that's a good product for them. So you asked where the income comes from. That's a great question. We're just going to make sure the property has an appraisal attached to it, and there's rental comps. So your appraiser will go out, assess the property, and assign it a value. Like I said, as we normally do. They're also going to have a rental schedule, meaning how much could this property generate in rental revenue. And as long as that number is at or above your mortgage, then you're fine. We've covered the income piece. Nice. So if your mortgage payment's $1,000 a month and you find some rental properties and it cash flows for $1,200, then you're golden.
Yes, that's awesome. Now make sure you're taking into account your principal, interest, taxes, insurance, of course, but also maintenance, any kind of major repairs, and even vacancy. So as an investor, when you analyze your deal, make sure you have enough padding in there that you're going to cash flow on top of your mortgage payment and those additional expenses. The fascinating thing about this one is it's kind of underwritten like hard money, where they're just basing it on the deal itself.
Yeah, the underwriting comes from looking at the credit report, making sure it was strong, some solid credit. Making sure they can prove ownership of a home. So some people have a home that's already paid off. So we look at that they have paid property taxes, not tax returns, but just they have paid property taxes on their home. If they don't have a mortgage, we can look at it in the credit report.
Yep. Wow, this could be a game changer for
it's
you guys out there.
In terms of the amount of paperwork, the amount of back and forth. It's basically we're going to verify your down payment. We're going to track that. We're going to verify your credit report. Put together some more administrative type stuff like homeowners insurance. But for the most part, this is a really, really strong product for investors. And going a step further, a lot of investors utilize LLCs to close in. And you can't do that on a normal loan.
Correct.
Like when I tell people ask me all the time, can we close in an LLC? And I say, well, my guidelines state we have to make loans to real people. It actually says that in the guideline, real person. In this product, we can close in an LLC. Nice. So they don't have to do any legal work afterwards, which can get costly if they're trying to move it into an LLC. Yep. So we can do that. A lot of people utilize 1031 exchanges. This product integrates beautifully into those concepts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a great product for long-term rentals. What about short-term rentals? That's the other thing I talked about in the video last week, and it's super popular right now.
Yeah, it's obviously, Airbnb, all those things are coming up, are more prevalent. And yes, now we can use those for short-term rentals. Short-term rentals are available.
Nice, excellent.
Yeah.
So if you're looking in Port Aransas or Canyon Lake area or anywhere that's really a good vacation spot, hit me up. I'm very familiar with the Port Aransas area. I have one down there, and I've been helping clients in the Canyon Lake area lately. So awesome.
Yeah,
solution.
those places are rocking and rolling. Yeah, that'd be great.
So we've talked about the builder rate lock.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about something for investments.
Investments, yeah.
I wanted to see if you had anything a little more niche. There's a lot of medical professionals in San Antonio.
Yep.
Do you have anything specific?